Welcome to Central News. I'm Hilary Entwistle. In today's news, Kiwifruit Vine Health welcomes the government's decision to approve the National PSA v Pest Management Plan and its further commitment to the kiwifruit industry recovery by allowing the remaining $3.5 million from initial funding to be used to help implement the plan. Kiwifruit Vine Health Chief Executive Barry O'Neill says by formally endorsing the NPMP, the Minister for Primary Industries, Nathan Guy, has recognised the importance of the plan for the industry's recovery and its hopeful return to a thriving and profitable industry.
What it means for growers is that we can work together in our industry and overcome the impacts of PSA on kiwifruit production in New Zealand by providing the best tools, by providing the best support, and by addressing areas that are causing risk to other growers.
A gutsy team performance was enough to see the table-topping Chiefs overcome the Crusaders 28-19 in Waikato Stadium on Friday night. Sporting a special edition jersey in support of Y Kids, the defending champions battled out a courageous win that keeps them firmly on top of the standings going into their bye week and the international break. The visitors were on the board first courtesy of Tom Taylor after the Crusaders won a penalty on a Chiefs feed to a scrum. Playing with the lead, the Chiefs continue to put the heat on the Crusaders outfit, and on the stroke of full time, Cruden iced the game with a penalty goal that denied the visitors a crucial bonus point, but more importantly, sealed a stunning win.
Kane gets it away to Bulu, to Cruden, holds it up for London! And the Chiefs are in front.
Now for our region's weather. Hamilton, your Tuesday will be very wet with heavy showers and a chance of some thunder and a very strong cold southwesterly. Your expected high is 10 and an overnight low of 2. Tauranga, your Tuesday will have a few showers clearing in the afternoon and a strong cold southwesterly too. Your expected high is 13 and an overnight low of 3. Just ahead, we meet some local students going to the World Championships. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. 4 University of Waikato rowers have been selected to represent New Zealand at the World University Games in Russia. Amy Forrest caught up with one of the 4, Matthew Dunham, to find out about his recent success.
Hi Matthew, now tell us about your recent success at the University Rowing Championships.
The University Rowing Championships went quite well for me. I entered 3 races and I got first in 2 of them and second in the other one. I got second in the men's champion single and first in the men's champion 4 and the men's champion double. They were all heavyweight events, so for me as a lightweight I was quite impressed with my results there. And the other guys from Waikato did very well. They helped out in all the boats. There were some stars on the day such as Matthew Glenn, Logan Rogers and Paddy McInnes. They're all in the University Rowing World Championships with me, so it's quite good results there.
And this recent success has actually led to a trip to the World University Games, so can you tell us more about this?
The Rowing University Worlds is over in Russia, Kazan, Russia. It's going to be really interesting because none of us, I think, have travelled that far before to race. Matthew Glenn went there last year and he's the only person who has gone to the University Rowing Championships. There's now a part of the New Zealand High Performance team, so we're really the guinea pigs for trying it out this year. Hopefully it's all going to go well, and so far we've been put right up there against the elites and the under-23s, so we're really taking it to them this year.
And when and where exactly will this be held?
The Worlds is going to be held at Kazan, Russia, and we'll be competing from the 6th to the 7th of July, and we'll go over on the 26th because we'll have to climatise and make adjustments to how we're going to race over there. But hopefully we'll climatise enough and be racing fast on the day. So
how many countries will you be competing against?
We may be competing up to 12 to 18 countries. It's hard to judge. We'll have to judge it when we get there. the difficulty of the competition, we won't be quite able to judge, but I'm guessing it'll be around the level of under 23 or elite difficulty. So it's going to be some tough competition, but I believe we can take it to them this year.
Now, you mentioned that you're one of 4 Waikato rowers that have been selected. So can you tell me a little bit more about the other 3 that have been selected?
The other 3 going to the Uni Worlds with me is Matthew Glenn, Patrick McInnes and Logan Rogers. Matthew Glenn is doing the men's champion single, and he got 3rd at the New Zealand Uni Games, so he's quite competitive. He came off injury for the New Zealand Uni Games, but he should be competing really fast over there. He got bronze at the Uni Worlds last year in that event, so it will be interesting to see how he goes this year. Logan Rogers and Patrick McInnes are doing the men's pair. They won it at the New Zealand Uni Games, so it'll be interesting to see how they go too.
And how did you get into this field?
We had to trial after the New Zealand Uni Games. However, for myself and my partner Toby Cunliffe-Steele, we made it through by our results from the first days of racing. So luckily we went fast enough that the selectors knew that we were able to race. So that was good.
Can you tell us about your training process?
Our training processes, they're quite intense so far. We're training 11 times a week, up to 6 hours a day. We train off against the elites in New Zealand under-23s, and so far we've been really pushing up against the ranks of them, and we're really taking it to them, so hopefully we're going to be going really fast over there.
So what challenges have you faced so far?
For challenges we've faced, well, we're all facing sponsorship, like troubles, trying to raise our sponsorship. Luckily, Ice Professionals has got behind us on that, and they're sponsoring the lightweight double to go over there, so it's really awesome. Where other challenges we've faced is using different boats for training in, like different brands of boats. We have to train in a Felipe brand, which is new to us from training in Kers. But luckily, my partner and I, we overcame this challenge just through lots of training and really moved on, and we got it going well now.
And are you still looking for sponsorship?
Yes, we're looking for more sponsorship. All the help we can get is really awesome, like family, friends, donating, that's really cool. And yeah, definitely.
And I hear that you're a Sir Edmund Hillary Scholar. What does this mean?
Being a Sir Edmund Hillary Scholar, it's a real privilege. The scholarship is a prestigious scholarship for athletes and artists. It's well recognised over the Waikato University. You can only get it by going to Waikato University, and I feel really privileged to be on it. And you get lots of benefits from being on it, lots of help with your studies and for competing in your discipline. It's great for leadership, and especially it helps me because I really want to excel in my academic learning and my discipline of rowing.
And how will this support help you for your training before you head over to Russia?
It's definitely going to help me by balancing my academics and training. As I told you, my training's going really intense at the moment. So by helping me balance out my academic learning and my training, it's going to be really awesome, especially with exams coming up.
So if viewers are wanting to help support you head over to Russia, how can they do so?
If anyone would like to sponsor us, that'd be awesome. They can contact me through my Facebook athlete page. It is follow the Mighty Lighties on Facebook. We can offer really good value to the businesses, such as brand noticement, product placement, and we can go over with banners and be seen in iconic places and alongside the black row suits for rowing for New Zealand. It would be really awesome, all the sponsorship we can get, every dollar counts. So if you're keen to help us get over there, we'd be happy to give you back value to your company.
We are hoping to catch up with the boys when they return from Russia to let us know how they went. Coming up next, eye health. Welcome back. Today is the beginning of Macular Degeneration Awareness Week. 1 in 7 New Zealanders over 50 will get macular degeneration. So let's find out what it is. Viv, what is macular degeneration?
Macular degeneration is the biggest cause of blindness in New Zealand. The macula is at the centre of the retina at the back of the eye, and this processes images, so it's responsible for your ability to read, to drive, to identify colours.
What will MDNZ be doing for the Awareness Week?
Well, we have three main aims, and that's to target general practitioners, GPs, optometrists, and the public. And this will be through the database and through mail-outs. But the awareness is to encourage people to go very regularly for an eye test. And our PR will be through the media, which is television and the press, local and national, and through websites such as Stuff and Yahoo. Now, our website has been revigorated, and it hopefully will be available for the full Awareness Week, and this has on its opening page the AMSLA grid, which is a self-test for people to do as they go straight into the website. They can do a self-test, which is excellent, and we are hoping that through this we will encourage people to have regular eye tests.
Because who is at risk of developing it?
1 in 7 over the age of 50 New Zealanders have macular degeneration. It's a very high proportion, and again, it is so important. If anybody sees any change in their sight, then they must go to an optometrist and have their eyes tested.
Because smokers are more at risk as well, aren't they?
Indeed. Those who are at risk are those over the age of 50. Smokers have 3 times or are 3 times more at risk than those who are non-smokers. And also, very importantly, it is hereditary. So if someone in the family has macular degeneration, they have a 50% more chance of getting the condition, and it is very important that they have their eyes tested on a regular basis.
Because if left untreated, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, you do lose your sight. You lose your central vision, actually, which is, again, as I said earlier, it is your ability. Words become blurred, and you can no longer identify faces of your loved ones or those around you. And, of course, you cannot drive, so you lose your independence.
And because it can cause full blindness eventually, can't it?
Well, if left untreated, you do still have your peripheral vision. It is just your central vision that you lose. But again, the important message today is to get your eyes tested very regularly.
Aside from getting our eyes tested and stuff, how can we slow that down?
Well, diet and a healthy lifestyle is very important. Omega-3, which is fish, you should try and eat fish at least 3 times a week, and dark green vegetables such as spinach, sprouts, cabbage. These have lutein, which helps against ultraviolet light and protects the eyes. So that is your healthy routine, very, very important. And again, I go back to get your eyes tested regularly.
So ultraviolet light can actually affect?
Well, that's just part of it. It's not, as a child or when you're young, too much sunlight, again, can affect the eyes.
Oh wow, so wear sunglasses.
Yes, indeed.
So can you tell us about your experience with macular degeneration?
Well, I was diagnosed with wet macular degeneration 6 years ago, and I had a course of treatment with the drug Avastin, which for me was unsuccessful, but for many, many people that drug is successful, but for me it was not. And on the sound advice, I took a second opinion, and I do stress this to all your viewers. When you are not sure of a diagnosis, you must seek a second opinion. Had I not done so, I would have been registered blind 6 years ago. But in taking the second opinion, I had a course of treatments with the drug Lucentis, and after 4 treatments, from having been told that my sight was irretrievable, I could once again read and identify faces and drive, thus regaining my total independence. And it was during this time that we decided to, along with my ophthalmologist, Dr. Diane Sharp, and my husband, Alan Jones, we decided to set up the trust Macular Degeneration New Zealand, of which I am a trustee.
So how long ago was that you set this up?
Well, the trust was actually set up 4 years ago, and we have gone from strength to strength. We now have 6 trustees, and we've just appointed a business manager. So this year we really are hoping that we will get the message across to everyone that it is so important that, especially in the over 50 age group, that they go regularly to their optometrist and have their eyes tested.
Well, thank you very much, Viv, and all the best for the Awareness Week.
Thank you very much indeed.
Coming up next, we meet Mahi Drysdale. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. Mahi Drysdale has become a household name all over the country, especially with his recent win of gold in the 2012 Olympics. But it hasn't always been smooth sailing. Mahi tells us the story of overcoming challenges in his career.
Hi Mahi. Now, first of all, tell us about your success last year.
Last year was a great year for me. Obviously, I'd been aiming for the Olympic gold medal for 12 years, so it wasn't all plain sailing. I'd gone through the year pretty well. I'd beaten my biggest rival by 5 seconds at the final sort of testing regatta, and then 3 days later I got hit by a car and got quite a severe shoulder injury 6 weeks before the Olympics. So that was not an ideal build-up, and certainly brought a little bit of stress, but to get through that and still win was hugely satisfying.
As everyone wants to know, how did it feel to win gold at the Olympics?
It's a pretty awesome feeling, especially when you know how much work and how much effort went into that medal. It was one of the things that the first feeling I actually had was just relief, relief that it was over, the relief that I'd achieved it, and then the sort of elation started, and 9 months later I'm still smiling and still very proud of what I achieved. Can you give us a bit of a run through of your career in the sport of rowing to date? Yeah, so I started rowing at the top level in 2001, and took me 4 years to make the sort of top crew, which at that point was the Cox's 4, and went to the Olympics in Athens, finished 5th, and then that's when I changed tact and went into the single scull. So the past 8 years I've been in the single, and had a fairly good success rate. I've won 5 World Championship titles, 1 silver medal at the World Champs, and then an Olympic bronze, Olympic gold. So it's been a great few years, and it's been great to also be involved in a very successful Rowing New Zealand program, which has brought up a lot of crews, and London was great to be involved, winning 5 medals for New Zealand, which was fantastic, and the best results we've ever had in rowing. So it's a really exciting time to be involved. Now, you were diagnosed with osteoarthritis in 2010. Can you tell me a little bit about this condition? Yeah, so basically I had a disc injury, which then led on to osteoarthritis, and it's something, basically what it is 2 bones grinding together, and that's in my low back, and so it took about a year until I actually diagnosed what the problem was, and it's been something that it's just trying to manage it and stay on top of it, and if I flare it up, it's a 3 to 10 days out of the boat, so it's always trying to read my body and try to stay on top of it so that it doesn't flare up and affect me. And that must have presented a few challenges in your career. Yeah, it's been it's been something I've had to live with since 2010, and something I've had to manage. So that's meant a complete change in training methodology. And while we used to row twice a day, now I row once a day and am on the bike for the second session. So that's been one of the keys to managing it, is just not putting my body in a position where I can flare it up as much, which obviously rowing aggravates it more than cycling. So what have you used to help with the pain? It's something that the pain is always there, so it's trying to find ways to manage that, and the Nature's Support back belt has been hugely beneficial to me. Basically I put it on every morning before I go rowing, and warms up my back and just releases all those muscles, lets a bit of blood flow into that area. And I found that to be hugely beneficial in just letting my back move freely and not cause me so many problems. So that's been with me since I hurt my back. Every single day out training, racing, I've worn it and found it to be hugely beneficial.
So how exactly does it work?
Yeah, it's basically just like putting a small heater on your back, and the fur is a hollow fibre, so it traps in a lot of warmth, whether it's wet or not. And obviously I sweat a lot and get wet through rowing, so even when it's wet it's still warm, and so it just warms up the area. So what I say to people is if a hot water bottle or jumping in a spa pool helps your back, this is something that is likely to help relieve some of the pain, and it's just that blood flow and keeping it warm.
And are there any statistics on how many New Zealanders suffer from back pain?
Yeah, 8 out of 10 Kiwis, at some point in their lives struggle with back pain, and it's something that until I had this, I didn't realise how debilitating back pain can be. It was something I'd had sore backs in the past, but never to the point where when I first did, I couldn't move, I couldn't get out of bed. You living with constant pain, and it's not a nice place to be at all. So it's something that you certainly want to try anything, and I know for me I tried a huge amount of different therapies and products to try to increase or help the back pain and get through it.
And are the products just for back pain?
Yeah, at this stage, mainly for back pain, but also as a preventative thing, especially if you're doing a lot of lifting and bending. It's good to keep those muscles warm, and it's something that it's something that can help you whether you're suffering from pain or you're doing those sort of heavy lifting exercises.
So what is lined up next for Mahi Drysdale?
Yeah, for me, the next challenge is getting back in the boat and moving on towards Rio. So that's in just over 3 years' time now, and it's an exciting time for me as it's a bit of a challenge. I've had 9 months off, and I've got to try to put it all together and find my speed. So that's really the next goal is moving forward to do that. That
is the news for today. We really want you to be involved, so like us on Facebook and let us know your views. If you have news including your own video and photos, go to our website and hit upload. Thanks for joining us. I will be back tomorrow night with more guests from in and around the regions. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Have a lovely evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.